Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my friend Don McGee with us. Don is a nutrition evangelist. Good afternoon, Don. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, thanks for having me.
So, Don, I brought you on the show today because I kind of have a personal question today. One of the things I notice about myself is when I get stressed, I don't sleep. When I don't sleep, I
Mm.
get more stressed. And I find when that happens, I just don't feel good about myself. I'm run down. I don't feel healthy. So that's pretty common, right?
It's absolutely common. It's interesting because I think those are the factors that people neglect so often that have such a huge impact on your health, right? So if you think about your cell phone, you wouldn't let your cell phone battery run down and expect it to work, right? But yet we let ourselves get 4, 3 less sleep, right? And still expect our bodies to function and feel good. I'm not really sure why, but that's definitely something we need to readjust a little bit, right?
Yeah, the problem is, Don, I get busy. I don't have time for all this extra stuff. What? It's 55 or 56 degrees. I'll go for a walk. I got stuff to do, Don. I don't have time to go for a walk. But that's
It's
what
interesting.
situation, right?
That is exactly what people say. And what's so interesting about that is you're busy, you've got things on your mind, you've got things to do. I promise, as soon as you get out for that walk, you will fix half the problems that you are sitting at your desk to try and power through. Because when you change your environment and you change your brain and you change your mindset, things start to work themselves out. Our brains are pretty smart under there, I promise.
But it's getting past that guilt feeling, Don. Like, oh, if I go and take that hour walk, I'm just gonna have to work an extra hour tonight. I gotta get through it. Where's the balance?
It's true. And I'm still guilty of that. I'm still guilty of looking at my to-do list and saying, "Oh, Dawn, you don't have time for that long walk today." And then the other part of me goes, "But Dawn, you do. In fact, you know for sure that when you go out, you can check off some of those things from your list." It's really about making that mindset shift just a little bit at a time. Don't take the hour. Take 15 minutes. Promise yourself that you'll take 15 minutes and go do it, and then come back, and I promise you'll be able to power through the stuff much better. You probably solve some of the problems while you're out, and you'll come back refreshed. And that in turn then reduces your stress level, reduces the cortisol level, all sorts of good stuff. You just you gotta force yourself to that first 1% of a mindset shift, and then you can take the rest as it comes.
It is interesting, Don, because there's so much research around just stepping away from your desk. You're like, I got to figure this out. Like, why won't this balance? Why won't this happen? And then, usually for me, it's 3 a.m. when I roll over and go, oh, God, you forgot to do this. That's why
Right.
it's not working and stuff. But sometimes, like I said, just going out, clearing your head, going for that walk, that, 10 minutes down the road, you're going to be like, I know what I'm doing wrong because you let the stress calm down a little bit, right?
Absolutely. And your brain takes different pathways. Just sometimes movement actually makes your body think about things differently too. Not a kinesiologist, but fascinating studies on if you move your body in different pathways, how that can help your brain um, take different pathways as well.
But like you said, if you're feeling guilty about that hour walk, take a 15-minute one. Meet yourself. It's not quite halfway. Meet yourself 25% of the way. Yeah.
Or a little, right? Just do a little something today. Realize, be mindful of the benefits that you get, and then do just a little bit more. Build it into your schedule. It will absolutely make all the difference in the world.
It is interesting though, like you said, when you just start with those baby steps, if you will, that all of a sudden, 2 weeks down the road, you are going for that hour walk because you started with whatever you could start with. It kind of built,
Absolutely.
right?
It does, and in the best kind of way, right? We talk about the science of 1%. When you just start, nobody, there's a saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? You don't need to do huge monumental changes all at once. If you do a little bit, then you're like, okay, yeah, I can make this work. This works for me. I can do this. And then the next day you do a little bit more and a little bit more, and before you know it, you're where you wanted to be in the first place, and it doesn't feel like you just ripped the Band-Aid off and it's painful.
Yeah. So Dawn, if people need help with this topic or anything else related to health, what's the best way to reach out to you?
I'd say the best way to reach out to me is through Facebook, through my Nutrition Evangelist page, or on my website, dawnmcgee.guru, because we've got some really great 1% programs that will not feel like ripping the Band-Aid off.
Dawn, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it.